Hi, I'm not John Green, and welcome to Trash Course. So today we're going to be talking about the Crucible. Not that kind of Crucible. That Crucible. The Crucible is a play written by Arthur Miller in the early 1950s, when the fear of communism was running rampant through America. Can you believe this guy married Marilyn Monroe? The play itself takes place in 1692 and 1693 in Salem, Massachusetts. Salem is a religious town, to say the least. And when the Puritans think witchcraft has come to the town, well, they're not having none of that. A group of local girls gets caught doing the hokey pokey in the woods, also known as witchcraft. And so the girls start blaming others in the town instead of taking responsibility for themselves. By the end of it, 33 innocent people died, and the girls ran away to Boston. Mr. Green, Mr. Green! I'm not Mr. Green. Wouldn't the people eventually catch on to the girls' lies? You'd think so, me from the past. You'd think so. Today we're going to focus on the main themes of the Crucible and how they relate to the McCarthyism of the 1950s that Miller loved oh so much. Three main themes can be found in the Crucible: intolerance, hysteria, and reputation. First, we'll start with intolerance. Stan, let's go to the thought bubble.
The town of Salem is a strict theocracy, and anything that the church deems immoral is seen as sin and will be punished by damnation, among other things. There's no room for anything but the social norms in Salem. Anything else means you succumb to the devil. The trials are the ultimate culmination of this rigid intolerance. Shulman Danforth says, a person is either with this court or he must be counted against it.
Sounds like something a certain Senator McCarthy might say. What's that, Stan? Time for the mystery document? The way the mystery document works is inside here, there's a document, and I have to guess the author. And normally if I got it wrong, I'd have to use the shock pen. But due to budget cuts, Stan is a special solution. Let's hope I get this one right. Okay. Mystery document reads:
When you live in hysteria, people start thinking emotionally.
Stan, that has to be said by a famous American hero. Some have called him the Einstein of our generation. Stan, that was said by none other than Patrick J. Starr. No? It was said by John Mellencamp? I guess that makes more sense. No. Stan! Next does a good job of transitioning me into my next subject: hysteria. Hysteria overcomes the townsfolk of Salem, replacing all logic with fear and a healthy hunger for blood. You know who else has a healthy hunger for blood? The Mongols. Characters like Abigail thrive on the hysteria, using it to gain power in the community. Meanwhile, many, like Elizabeth Proctor, fall victim to it. Again, reminds you of anything? Last but not least, there's reputation. Reputation never hurt anyone, right? It hurt me. Yeah, that's because you ate boogers in class. You got what you deserved. In an environment where the worst crime imaginable is one you can't even prove you didn't commit, reputation might be the difference between wearing a free man's shoes or condemned ones. But who really wants to wear those anyways? They look really uncomfortable. From the very beginning of the play, Paris is concerned with how his reputation will be affected by the witchcraft in his town. And as the trials take place, every citizen must worry if their neighbor will say something to taint their names and, in the eyes of the court, make them a witch. The importance of reputation to the people of Salem can really be seen in the final act. When faced with death, John Proctor says,
I have given you my soul. Leave me my name.
And chooses to be hanged instead of falsely confessed to witchcraft. Wow, sounds really familiar to a certain political movement from the 1950s. I just can't seem to put my finger on it. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for watching. And thanks to all these people here who helped write and produce this episode of Trash Course. And special thanks to Mr. Shapiro, who hopefully isn't too disappointed in me.